Hello and welcome to Vitush Academy with another version for the tutorial for ASP.NET MVC with Entity Framework Core. So pretty much today we would continue from the previous point where we stopped the previous time, and we are going to do the following. We are going to learn how to load related data. Pretty much this is just like a few sentences about eager loading, explicit loading, and lazy loading. Then we would create a course page, then we would create instructors page, and we would learn about explicit loading. So pretty much that's it. Watch us. So there are three types of loading: eager loading, explicit loading, and lazy loading. At least the three types that I know. Let's see what these types are. So this is our diagram from our application, and let's say that we want some information about the relation between departments and courses. In our tables they are in Spanish just because we wanted to test something and I didn't change it, so it's gonna stay like this. So let's say that in C# with eager loading, what we want to do is actually we're gonna read the departments entity, and then we're gonna use the related data which to be retrieved along with it. So pretty much with an include method. I can show how this looks like. For example, if we go, let's say, well, let's go for example here and simply write something like okay, stop the application and simply write something like var departments equals context departments include the courses. Okay, this is eager loading. I mean, the dot include or dot then include would force the application to make a join query, and the related data would be read. Related data are the courses which are related to the departments. In this case here, they are related, and this is our relation, foreign key something. So about the explicit loading, the story is a bit different. Pretty much the same code in explicit loading would be like this. For example, context.departments, and we would not write the include. And then we will start, for example, for each something. Let's say for each var item in departments. And here, whenever we need the courses, we would add them explicitly, pretty much. Entry item dot collection p courses, not like this, p dot courses dot load. For example, like this. This would be our explicit loading with the dot load. So pretty much these are like the two words about eager loading and explicit loading. There is a third type of loading, which is lazy loading, where the idea there is that the related data is not retrieved, but the first time we need it, it is retrieved. However, it is not supported by the entity framework. Concerning the question which loading should be used where, it's performance measurement. Pretty much it's a question whether we should write one query, one big one, and send it once, or whether we should send a lot of small queries. Sometimes sending one query is better than a lot of small queries, but sometimes we don't need to send a lot of small queries, so we just need like a few small queries. So at this time, explicit loading is quite okay. So far for the loadings. So the next thing on the list is to create the courses page. Pretty much this is our working application with 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 students. these are our 7 students. Some nice names, nice details. Back to the list. Okay, usually they have like the courses, but not everyone has courses. This guy has general programming, okay. Joe Banana is my favorite. That's why he doesn't have courses. Probably Mina Batman doesn't have courses. Wow. Who has courses? Berlin Sofia doesn't have courses. Joe Banana something. Mina. Hristomir Christoph. No courses for Hristomir. Alright, this one for example has 2, and the no grades whenever there is no grade, which is kind of okay. The problem is that whenever we click on courses, we get an error. Whenever we click on departments, we get an error. Whenever we click on instructors, we get an error. So it is a great idea to start creating a course page, so whenever we click on courses, we get something. So our courses page, for it we need a controller actually. So we click on controllers folder, we click we click add, and then new scaffolded item. So from the view we simply select MVC controller with views using entity framework. To say this one, click add, and then wait a bit, but not a lot, because Visual Studio is fast. And we see select course here, controls university models. That's great. This is our model class, the course. In the data context class is pretty much school context. Yeah, we leave the views as they are, and courses controller is a good name. We'll leave it like this, and we click add. Then we wait a bit for the scaffolding to generate a lot of code. Pretty much it have to generate one class per every view that we have. So this table courses is this folder generated by the courses controller, and we see we have create, view, delete, details, edit, index. Of course we would take a look at them later. Just going to close them all by this. Furthermore, it generated in the courses controller all this kind of beautiful code for us, which pretty much binds whatever we need to go to the courses. So we can take a look now at the index course. We see that it's automatically by default using this was eager loading. I mean, yeah, because of the include here. And now we're going to change a bit this method here, I guess. So yeah. So what are we going to change here is actually just change a bit the name. It's not school context, but it will be courses. So it makes more sense a bit because it is courses, not the whole context. So furthermore, we're gonna make it a bit fancier. Var courses, and then write like this: dot include department, and of course there's no tracking in order to improve a bit the speed. Yeah, here column return view courses to list a thing. That's perfect. The second thing that we have to change is probably, let's take a look at the view courses index. So views, courses, and the index. So what do we need to change here? First we need to change the title. So view data title is not index. Of course, index is always a bad title, but it's courses. And additionally, we need to add a number column that shows the course ID property by value, and we need to change the department column that displays a different name. So pretty much let's do it. Adding a number column would be like this. Pretty much we go here and we start th. Great. I mean, I really love it when Visual Studio puts a second th closing the tag. Yeah. HTML dot display name for. That's great. Display name for model course ID. Yeah, this one. And of course we need to write it a bit, so we go here, and of course we write again td, and we write it html display for dot display for model item, and here we write item.course ID. That's pretty decent. The last change is changing the department, displaying the department name and not the department ID. Yeah, name is good, or even budget is good, but not exactly. Or it's a good idea to put the budget. Well, let's not put the budget, and take a look how the code works. Let's press F5 and see how our instructors page would look like. Not instructors page, but courses page, of course. Instructor page is going to be created a bit later. So waiting, and the Contoso University application is loaded. So students are here. Courses, wow, yeah, courses are here. We see algorithms, credits, department. Let's click on details. Yeah, there is something general programming with tree credits, department tree. Back, and this is fun. Like, we cannot sort now by department. We can sort between the students by a Roma date. Yeah, the same logic could be in the departments. Not in departments, but in courses. The departments are not ready now. Yeah, courses. We can change something, let's say front end CSS. For example, just write CSS, JS, and HTML. That's our front end. Yeah, no Angular. And yeah, so far so good. Let's start with the instructors page now. So concerning the instructor page, it's rather complicated, probably the most complicated up to now in our tutorial, in all of the tutorials. It would display the related courses of the instructor. So furthermore, when the course is selected, related data for that course, and furthermore the enrollments would be displayed. So in our system, this is the instructor. It would also be displaying the location, so it would be related to this table with the location, furthermore to the course table through the many-to-many relationship in that table, and furthermore it would go up to here in enrollments. Yep, it would be not an easy task, but let's see, slowly we can get it. So first we need some view model for the instructors. So in our view model table, or school view model, probably here. Yep, no, it's in the models table, okay. In the school view model, we create a new class. So Control Shift and A to create the new class. And we name our class instructor index data. It's a great name for class. Instructor index data. Yep. And here we would put some references to the tables that we would like to see. IEnumerable, type instructor, instructors get set. It's a great way to create a property. Another way is to create, like, write prop into tabs, and it would be IEnumerable course, type courses. Probably the easiest way is to press Ctrl C and press Ctrl V. Easy like this one. And here you'll say enrollment, and the property name would be enrollments. That's so far so great. Now we need to create the scaffolded controller with the views. So we go on the views. No, not on views. We go to controllers. Add new scaffolded item, and our new scaffolded item would be MVC controller with views using entity framework, our beloved one. So click add, and model class would be Instructor. And the data context would be school context controls the university data. It's a pretty good one. And Instructor controller is also a great one. So we click add, and now we wait for the additional files and folders to be created. So our scaffolding did quite a lot for us again, like exactly what we expected. We have the instructor's controller, and we have the views, instructors, and all the fancy views that we were awaiting actually built for us without even doing a single click, simply sitting and waiting. And let's start fixing a bit the stuff that we are not happy with so far. So we start with the index, actually, this one. We can press like this, and we can say, okay, so the idea of the index, it should take two variables, which can be nullable as well. Of course, ID, I liked writing ID like this. And okay, return 0, just to not have everything in red. What is unexpected? Okay. Okay, return view, of course. And then here view model. Yeah, okay. I like having the red here, so it will remind me for something. The idea of these two parameters are that whenever we are selecting actually the instructors on the list of our instructors page, we would be reading the parameters, and we would be trying to show additional stuff. So first, let's create our view model, and it would be the new instructor index data. Of course, it wouldn't like it because it doesn't have the necessary using, so we press Ctrl dot, and we got this controls university models, school data models. Then press Ctrl dot again and remove the useless stuff. Furthermore, you may decide to write coding like this, which is a bit better actually, but if you program like this, then the whole program should be in this style. So I really do not think it is a good idea to change now everything, so I'll leave it like this. But in general, the latter one was a better option. So first, let's return to our index and to our view model. What is important is now in this view model, actually we would add all the tables that we had before. So once again, this is our diagram of the tables. We would add all of the tables to our view model. I'll close it. And let's start. The practice is to know which one should be included when. So this is something that is a bit challenging, but of course we'll manage. Instructors, great. So let's start. Dot include. We include the iOffice assignment. Then we include the iCourse assignment. Assignments. Now we write the then include. iCourse. String. change. Dot then include I enrollments, then include I student. So furthermore, we'll continue writing include course assignment, then include I course, then include I department, as no tracking, some method, order by last name of the instructors, and to list async. And then this. So far so good. Okay, question, what is it like? Why do we have include here? Why do we have then include here, include here? I mean, what's the point? So pretty much the point is that everything like this is async, and for example, include offense assignment can be immediately executed. Also, include course assignments can be immediately executed, but there is a huge but. I have to check to show the diagram to understand better. For example, if we write simply like include students, in our case estudiantes, in the table, we would have a problem. So we say whenever you include course assignments, which is asignaciones de curso in our database table, then include courses here, then include enrollments here, then you include students here. So in order to go to students, you first go through all of this from instructors. It's pretty much the same with departments. First you include course assignments, then you include courses, and then you include departments. Why don't we go simply like this way? Because we also want to have these relations here, and these relations are important for us. So that was the reason why this looks like some random stuff. It is not random. We simply tell the entity framework to do it correctly. So let's continue. If ID is different than new, pretty much if the ID exists, this here tells us that it is a nullable type. So our view data, the thing that we are going to pass, and here we write instructor ID is ID value. See, it's really important to follow your rules. For example, my rule here is that ID, I write it always not like this, but like this. So, I mean, this way I'm okay with this. And I really hope that everywhere so far I have written it so far. Instructor view model dot instructors dot where dot and here we can write ID. Okay, here for a reason it's not like this, but it's okay. I think because it's generated automatically or something. ID value dot single. Alright, I just broke my own rule somewhere, but next time we'll probably find a way and I'll fix it. Then view model dot courses instructor dot course assignments select as course. And now the second with the ID, if course ID is not null. Here we write view data course ID. Would be course ID dot value, and now the view model enrollments would be view model dot courses dot where x dot course ID. Okay, here we follow my rule, course ID equals course ID. The one from the top. That's really great. Whenever you select something, for example, it shows where it is used, like here, 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 and here. Of course, dot single and done enrollments. We don't need single or default here, for example, because we know that it is not null, so we are okay. And then we say return view model. So now it is time to modify the instructors view. We go to views, instructors, index. Yep, here. And we start the party by changing our model. It is Contoso University dot models dot school models, school view models dot instructor related instructor index data. That's great. Okay, second, of course, it wouldn't be index, it would be instructors, and we will change it to instructors here as well. Pretty good, so far so good. Create new is perfect. And now our beloved table. What do we do there? Pretty much, let's start. We write a new tr, and there we say th last name, Control C Control V first name, Control C Control V hire date, Control C Control V office, Control C copy paste courses. So far so good. And now here we close the GD tag like this. Yep. And later we start, okay, table writing tbody. And in the tbody we write a for each. It's var item in our new model with a big one here, with a big one always here with a small one. That's how it is. Model dot instructors. So there we selected row, and our selected row looks like this. Yep. Later we say okay, I just to check whether the ID of the item is nullable or not, so it can be parsed to nullable, view data, instructor ID, nope, like this. So in that case, selected row would be success. Success is a command that is used, not a comment, it's let's say tag that is used by the bootstrap library that we have here, that comes installed with our project. So why is it red? What it doesn't like? Item ID int, din data. view data instructor ID. Okay. Okay, the problem is actually here. When we compare something, we simply say, yeah, 2 equals, that's the way. Yep. A mistake that, yeah, I obviously still make, yeah, but it's a technical one, not a normal one. So we continue further and we say tr plus get selected row. See, this type of selected row here, whenever it is success, it says, hey, the class is this one. So just something for you to know. And then everything gets clever. Okay, success is green, so whenever we select the green one, it would be green. So we can nicely copy and paste this here in the tr and fix a bit. Yeah, it's okay. So HTML display for model item. Let's say control space, we need to understand that we want model item. Yeah, it understands model item. And then it can be item dot last name. Great. Copy, paste, and here it would be item dot first middle name. Copy again, deleting, paste, and here model item would be hire date. Item dot hire date. Okay, it's a bit bad calling our instructors items, but okay, we would do it. And then we do the next thing with the office assignments, and here it is a bit difficult and a bit different, a bit more different actually, because we have to see whether it exists. So if there is actually an office assignment to this instructor, because it's a nullable field, so item office assignment different than null, then 8 item dot office assignment dot location. Yep. And of course this is not th but td. Yep. Okay, and then another one checking a bit more complicated stuff. So it looks like this. For each var course in our collection, and the collection is item dot course assignment. So pretty much for each course taught by the instructors, start showing the following dot course dot course ID, course dot course. It's a small one here, course, big one here, course dot title. And we put a break. Okay, so far so good. TD. Looks okay. So we have last name, first name, hire date, office, courses. Of course, last name, first name, hire date. Office is here if it exists, and courses is here if it exists. Let's think, what should we delete? It's quite a lot of stuff. Let's see. TR, T-body, T-bodies. Alright, let's see. Let's start deleting like this. Okay. TR, TD, TR. Okay, this one goes as well. Delete it like this, and then we continue a new TD. Okay. Yeah. And then the TR somewhere here. Okay, and let's do it everything perfectly. I mean, I'm trying to do this equal the lines, but nah, let's leave it. Okay, pretty decent. Okay, this is something that we obviously need because it is from the for each. Yep, and we put it here. That's the end of the code, the for each code. Furthermore, we need the selector. So we say we need another additional select. So we would be able to select our stuff. So it goes to the index and it passes the item ID, item.id. Okay. Perfect. So far so good. Now we need to add additional stuff for our table. What is it? Is the courses whenever they are not new. So we go furthermore here, and yeah, we'll write here the additional part. So if model.courses not new, then the big party starts writing. So h3 courses, h3 means header 3, courses taught. Taught is actually a tough word in English, but whatever. By selected instructor. And now we say table class table. Or table border. No, table class table. And then when it's good one, yeah. And then we say tr and then th. We skip this one. Why do we skip this one? Because the first one is yeah, should be skipped. It should be actually skipped because the select link would be there. So it's really, we cannot name the header something like select link here. Although I can simply write select link here, but better not. I write delete me, so it's visible. Furthermore, th number, copy paste, here we write title, copy paste department. Okay, so far so good with the headers, and now for each. Razor is actually extremely clever. All the people that wrote this software are such. Yeah, I mean, for each working and stuff, it's crazy. So string selected row, nothing. This is the idea, is that every time in every iteration we restart it pretty much. But if item.courseID, don't forget the 2 for the equal sign, would be int due data course ID. Okay, then selected row equals success, which is the bootstrap thing. And now start with the tr class. The name of the tr class would be, of course, the selected row, which is actually a pretty good idea. Like, don't use a lot of booleans. For example, if row is selected, then selected row equals success, and then here write the success part or something, or another variable. No, this one works pretty decent. So td is a tag, and we say 8html.actionLink select index new course ID will be item.course ID. Yeah, pretty decent. So td at item course ID, another td would be at item title, and the last td would be item department name. So far so good. This part here, select index new course ID will be used as a parameter for the action link to send the course ID to the index. Pretty much speaking about this thing here. Yeah, this is the course ID. Okay, let's return to our party place and let's continue on the last part of the instructor. So the last part of the instructor is displaying the students enrolled in the course if the course is selected. So here we start with another condition. If two tabs, so model.enrollments is not new. See, it's really great to have made all this context correctly, because this way we can simply say model.enrollments, for example, not new, and it would work. We don't have to, for example, to mix our code completely. That's, yeah, really convenient is the word I'm looking for. So let's tree h3 students enrolled in selected course h3. So table class will be table, and of course the closing is also generated for us. So we start tr name and tr grade. Nothing more is what we need for our students. And now the funnier part, actually it's like this, it's tr, and these ones are th. Th stands for header and tr is for table row. So table row we only put one, and the headers are two on the same row. And then we continue for each var item in model enrollments. And we continue new row. TD means pretty much the cell in the row, and we can write here item students.full name and a new TD. It would be html.displayedFor .displayedFor model item is item.grade. So far so good. Yep. So let's start our application to see how it works, whether it would work at all. Pressing F5, I have a mail here, and waiting until the whole party loads. And let's start. Okay, so it loaded actually. So students, they're the same students that we had. Yeah, about the same about with the summary. Courses this, instructors this. So courses actually works. Not delete, back to the list. Okay, details, yeah, some information about the details, back to the list. And now go to instructors. Okay, these are our instructors. Hire date is written hire date. This shouldn't be. Last name is written last name. This shouldn't be. Wow. Office. Okay, office is good. Silistra course is general programming. Oh, that's really bad. Let's go and fix it. So here and here. So th model item last name. This is the problem. The problem is quite big. So instead of display name for, we need display for, display for, display for, Control Z, display for, display for. So we'll save, and then we would click refresh. It would go to the database and it would refresh. This is at least the best case scenario, and that's it. Jordan Lechkov is our instructor here. His hire date is 2001, office in Silistra, and he teaches general programming. Krachun Mauchov without an office, but he teaches backend and CSS. Christos Stoichkov, another famous football player, teaches general programming and front-end CSS, JS, and HTML. And Safadi Yogdanov, I don't know this guy, in Nuremberg, teaches algorithms. Let's change the name of Safadi to something else. He would be Marian Christov, yeah, another Bulgarian football player. And Hristo Zhabov, I'm not sure about the first name of Zhabov, but he teaches programming 101, programming 102. Okay, so let's go into, let's say, Hristo Marian Christov, and we click on select. It became green, means success. And yeah, whenever we select algorithms from the design department, we simply click on select, and we see the students. Only one student, Berlin Sofia. Okay, this is the name of the student. I was watching some movie, and these are the names. But we can furthermore go here, for example, Jordan Lechkov, and see what he teaches. Advanced structure, that's great. And we see Banana Joe, Butler, Silistra B, Ivan. Okay. This delete me can be fixed right now, actually, on the spot. We go back here, and the best way whenever we name something delete me is that we can say delete, and for example search in the current document. Okay, it's not this one for sure, it's delete me, and then let's write delete me. Okay, it was with a space, delete me. Okay, this is it. What we need is simply to write it like this, save, go back to our application, and click refresh to see how the delete me would simply disappear once it refreshes. Great. So let's think about it. What can we do further? Further is the time to speak about explicit loading. So let's say that that we rarely actually go up to here to the grades to see the students. What we usually do is to select from here, and here it's really lately to select. So it's a possibility that we simply change the application in a way that the table with these courses with the students is available only whenever we click on the select. So a new SQL query is done on the moment we click select. So let's change a bit the code. Close the application and go to the controller, Instructor controller. This is our party place in the constructor controller, and this one is what should be changed. Delete, do not uncomment, and we start. View data, course ID, equal to course ID dot value. That's pretty much as it was before the first line set. Let's see. Just forgot them. Yeah. Okay. So the first line can be left. So now var selected course is view model dot courses dot where x is x course ID equals course ID, the one on the top, dot single. Yep. So await context dot entry selected course dot collection x dot enrollment to load async. Actually, this line was also present, I guess, before. Let's simply check. Control Z is the best weapon to check. Yeah, so single, and yeah, exactly what we need is here, not to say enrollments, simply like this, and then start. Okay, not view model. Okay, view model courses where course ID equals course ID dot single. Yeah. Why is it in red? Cannot implicitly convert view model to model enrollments. Are you missing a cast? Of course, I'm missing casts. And I'm missing the cast that here it should be var selected course. Yeah, okay. So far so good. And now with this selected course we start using explicit loading. So this selected course await context entity of selected course dot collection x enrollments load async. Great. And entity is in red, so control and dot generate method or change entity to entry. Of course, change entity to entry. We speak about the entry here. So for each enrollment type, okay, it's not enrollment, not item, in our collection, and it is selected course, not enrollments. We write await context entry enrollment reference x dot student dot load async. Yep. And here view model enrollments is selected course enrollments. Okay, now we have our code is explicit loading. Let's write F5 and see whether it would work or whether it would not work, whether it would work faster or it would work slower. So waiting, F5 is clicked, and this is our application loading. Takes some time. We go to our instructors. Okay, it loaded quickly because probably the SQL is smaller this time, or not. No, SQL is the same actually. We click select, switch is checked. See, index number 3 So Stoichkov is index 3, and then we say front end Stoichkov, and then we see some really big mistake, and we may start reading what's happening here. Actually, it's a terrible error, like something like the blue screen of death for ASP. Invalid operation exception, navigation property enrollments of the entity tab course cannot be loaded because the entity is not being tracked. Navigation properties can be loaded for tracked entities. That's actually pretty decent explanation. We can close here, and then we can simply delete the S node tracking part. Save, click again, and let's see what's going on. Would it load? Would it not load? Yeah. Waiting a bit, hoping that it would load, and having fun. So instructors takes quite much time to load. I'm starting to be afraid now, but yeah, S node tracking was actually speeding up a bit the code, but yeah, probably also my computer is going a bit slower. Let's select Stoichkov, restore, select, and let's see. Yeah, okay, you saw like the quick refresh. Yeah, it works. Select, yeah, and furthermore here we see the course ID as a parameter, and we also see the index. Yeah, select, and he has a lot of students here, this guy. So yeah, this is our application so far. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, write in the comments or Google the questions. I mean, this is ASP.NET. It's extremely popular framework. Yeah, it's ASP.NET Core. So have fun, enjoy your day, and thank you for watching so far. Bye.